Hello and welcome back to World of Tanks with Professor R. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Tier 6 American Heavy Tank, the M6. Now if you haven't figured it out by now, you'll notice that the M6 right here looks very similar to the T1 Heavy. And that is true. They are alike in many ways, according to their appearance. But the M6 does have 870 hit points. It weighs almost 60 tons, but that doesn't mean it's slow. It has a 960 horsepower engine. It can easily hit its top speed of 35 kilometers an hour. Unless you're going up a hill, then of course it's gonna go slower than that. It has typical heavy tank traverse speed, 25 degrees per second. Its hull armor and its turret armor are 102 millimeters thick. For the hull though, it's 44 on the sides, 41 on the rear, while the turret is 83 on the sides and rear. And its turret also goes 28 degrees per second, again standard heavy tank. Its view range, only 350 meters, and the signal range, without the upgraded radio, is only 395. With the upgraded, it's 480. So let's take a look at the gun. So the top gun on this thing fires 7.8 rounds a minute, 160 penetration, and 240 damage. Has 0.38 accuracy and a 2.3 second aiming time. Now normally this tank is compared to the KV-1S, and people say that the KV-1S is better because it's just as mobile and it's got a bigger gun. Actually, we're gonna go look at the gun here. But the KV-1S only fires 3.75 rounds a minute. So that could hurt you sometimes when you're needing to fire faster. And that's when the M6 comes in. Its rapid firing gun combined with the 240 average damage is good in some situations, especially when you're top tier. Then this tank is just stellar. As long as you know how you're driving it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and look at a few replays in the M6. And I'll try to be showing off the strengths of this tank, as well as a few weaknesses. So here we are on Morovenka. It's a very nice matchmaking for this tank. Only a tier 6. Tier 7,
Let's get this show on the road.
it can deal with sometimes, but once you start getting into tier 8 territory, that's when you're going to find this tank lacking a little bit because of its penetration. It's only 160. Now we need to remember that. Which is less than the KV-1S, so that is one of the drawbacks with the M6 compared to the KV-1S. So first thing I'll be doing over here, just driving over here, seeing what I can see. I'll try to be leading the charge, as I am a tier 6 heavy tank. It is a tier 6 game. So there's the first enemy that's lit up, KV-1S. And our scout's gonna go ahead and suicide rush, just like all great scouts do. They really don't though. I do not recommend suicide scouting. It doesn't really help your team out. So there's our first target, an Electo.
Penetration.
Now this is where the M6 comes in pretty handy. The aim time is much better than on the KV-1S. So if I was in a KV-1S, I would have been waiting. The M6 gets to it. Gets to the point. And we have the blame game going on in chat.
Penetration.
Get a nice shot onto that Panzer 3/4.
They're knocked out.
Take the kill for only 31 damage, but we killed him. Here we're backing up just in case like any tank destroyers or anything's down there. Angling the armor. Because the armor on this tank It's actually decent and can bounce if you know what you're doing. Just as long as your enemies don't hit your weak spots, you'll be good. There's a T1 heavy.
Enemy armor is hit.
Got that aim time. Someone tracks him.
Enemy armor is damaged.
We're able to do 237 more damage before he gets killed. Looks like this M4 is going to come up, and then KB1S stops in front of me. It didn't look like we were going to get the kill anyways. Now the score is 7-4. The KB1 is about to die. But I don't want to get spotted by this Panzer 38, because I know there's a KB2 hiding over in the woods. And I don't particularly want to get shot in the side by him. And again, where there's reload time comes in handy. I'm able to bust through that building, reload in time, to still finish off this KV-1S.
Got him.
Back off just in case he saw me. Don't want the KV-2 shooting at me. KV-2 could probably kill me if he got around into my side, as we have less than 50 millimeters on the side. So after it was pretty safe to go, we advance. At this point, we pretty much have this game, without a doubt. We come up around here, help the KB-1S out while he's reloading. Let me see if I can get a shot on the Churchill on the move. Go back to the Hellcat, but he moves back into cover. He's dead, so I come up. Try to shoot the Churchill, but the KB-1S finishes off before me. And again, you're going to see where this aim time comes in pretty useful. I stop, aim, get the shot before someone else does. That's another positive of the M6. Alright, so in that quick battle, got a 3rd class mastery badge, not bad. 17,653 credits, and 1,138 experience for the daily bonus. So damage-wise, I did the most with 1,375, got 3 kills. I didn't get the most experience, I got 4th place on that, but 559 still isn't too bad. Compared to the other team, their top damage dealer was the T-40, their tier 4 tank destroyer. Only did 648 though. And of course, since they lost their experience, this is not there for them. So, fired 9 shots, penetrated 7 of them, damaged 5 enemies throughout the game, destroyed 3 of them, and somehow got 31 spotting damage, so not bad. Ammunition isn't that expensive on this tank, so only spent 2,000 credits on that for 15,000 profit. So that's it for this one. Let's go take a look at the next replay in the M6. So here we are on highway, and it again is a tier 6 battle. So that's good for me. That means I can penetrate most things as long as I'm aiming correctly, and my armor can be put to good use. Unlike in the tier A battles where that can be difficult sometimes and your armor really doesn't matter on this tank. Because you have tanks like the IS-3, T-34 shooting back at you with their higher penetrating guns. The Tiger II also. So the typical thing that heavies do on this map, go into the town. Right here I'm just messing around, looking at the gun barrel of the M6. Trying to look at the M6 before the 9.0 update, before all the graphics are changed up. And here, even going uphill, the M6 is getting between 20-25 kilometers an hour. It's not slow, but it's not the fastest thing in the game. It's faster than the British heavy tanks, though. I'm gonna stop before this opening because I know on the other side the T-28 could be able to spot me, and I don't feel like getting spotted right now, this early in the game. And the artillery will be shooting at me. It won't be good. So I decide the KV-1S is over there. I'm gonna go in here. See if anything comes down the train tracks, like a scout or one of the low-tier tanks. I don't see anything. The KV-1S is coming in here. He took the spot that I was going to get into. I'm going to try to maneuver around him, back up, see if we can get a shot on the enemies that are coming out. Shot goes a little high there, hits his gun mantlet, and only 160 penetration. Didn't have much of a chance to go in anyways. So yeah, this position is not going to work. Artillery has fire on me, so I need to get out of here. So while they're still going, I'm going to back up around here, around this building, and peek out through the other side. And I know here I can use my armor because it's going to be angled when I come around this corner to the T-14 and the KV-1 that are hiding behind the corner over there. So we're just going to wait for one of them to come out, make a mistake. And, well, there's a BK 2001D. Don't quite get a shot off in time. As you can see, the angled armor, it's bouncing the T-14 shots. There's another one. I guess he doesn't know where to shoot. Or I don't know what he's doing. And again, I don't get the kill, not fast enough on the trigger. So with KV-1 here, I know I'm going to get shot in the side when I go out, but I do it anyways. Angle my armor a little bit better. Didn't come out again. Got a lucky shot there as he was pretty well angled. But we get to finish him off anyways. And don't have a shot on the KV-1, so just keep going. Push on. He gets killed. Looks like the only opposition left down is this white tank, T-50. I get behind this wreckage just in case one of their tank destroyers is hiding at the end of this road. But it looks like they aren't, so I keep going. And as you can see, I'm going 35 kilometers an hour, which is the top speed of the M6. So with this engine, it can get there. But unfortunately, it stays there. It can't go any faster. Whereas the KV-1S has a top speed of 43 kilometers an hour. But still moving 35. It's not bad. At least you're not going tog speed or anything like that. So I saw that someone tried to shoot at the KV-1S, so I'm going to swing wide and hope that I don't get spotted and shot. And right here, this is where the M6 benefits. KV-1S and me both stop, but my aim time allows me to get the shot off before he does. So now we know where their tank destroyers are, right up here, which means the rest of them probably pretty close. Another thing I forgot to mention is the gun depression on this. As all Americans, it has great gun depression. And that's another benefit it has over the KV-1S. I can come over a hill and not expose so much of myself, while still being able to return fire to the enemies. And T-25 gets lit up. He's aiming at me, hits the building, but I hit him for 250 damage. And he bounces there. There's an M37.
They're knocked down.
Shoot him on the move. And we pretty much have won this one. I turn and try to get the shot on the Panzer IV before he dies. Not fast enough though, but we still won the game. So here are the results from that battle. I got a second class mastery badge, 23,752 credits, and 1,043 experience. That was from a little bonus that a mission that was going on. Damage and experience, got second place on both. Only the KV-1S was above me. Enemy team though, their top guy only did 793 damage. The rest of their team didn't really perform very well, but at least some of them tried. 10 shots fired, 8 of them hit, only 7 penetrated. Two of those shots were when I shot at dead tanks, and the one was when I bounced off the KV-1's gun mantlet. I received 5 hits, only 2 of those penetrated. One of those was splash damage from artillery. I don't even think that did anything. And 3 of them didn't penetrate. So if you know how to use the M6's armor, it'll bounce all day long, as long as it's under tier 6. You just have to be careful with that. Tier 8s can and will penetrate you with ease. I received a potential of 650 damage, which it's a good thing that I didn't, because then my repair bill would have been much higher. Damaged 6 enemy tanks, destroyed 3 of them, and did 557 spotting damage. It's not a bad game. The only expense, I didn't even have 1,000 credits in repairing the vehicle, and only 2,500 for the ammo. So not bad. And again, I got 835 base experience, but with that mission I got an extra 208, leaving a grand total of 1,043 experience. So thank you for watching this review of the M6. Comment, like it, dislike it. Just make sure to subscribe so you can see more content like this. Hope you guys have a good day. Hello and welcome back to World of Tanks with Professor R. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Tier 6 American heavy tank, the M6. Now if you haven't figured it out by now, you'll notice that the M6 right here looks very similar to the T1 Heavy. And that is true. They are alike in many ways, according to their appearance. But the M6 does have 870 hit points. It weighs rear. And its turret also goes 28 degrees per second. Again, standard heavy tank. Its view range only 350 meters, and the signal range without the upgraded radio is only 395. With the upgrade, it's 480. So let's take a look at the gun. So the top gun on this thing fires 7.8 rounds a minute, 160 pistols, almost 60 tons. But that doesn't mean it's slow. It has a 960 horsepower engine. It can easily hit its top speed of 35 kilometers an hour. Unless you're going up a hill, then of course it's gonna go slower than that. It has typical heavy tank traverse speed, 25 degrees per second. Its hull armor and its turret armor are 102 millimeters thick. For the hull though, it's 44 on the sides, 41 on the rear, while the turret is 83 on the sides. Penetration and 240 damage. Has 0.38 accuracy and a 2.3 second aiming time. Now normally this tank is compared to the KV-1S, and people say that the KV-1S is better because it's just as mobile and it's got a bigger gun. Actually, we're gonna go look at the gun here. But the KV-1S only fires 3.75 rounds a minute. So that could hurt you sometimes when you're needing to fire faster. And that's when the M6 comes in. its rapid firing gun combined with the 240 average damage is good in some situations, especially when you're top tier. Then this tank is just stellar, as long as you know how you're driving it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and look at a few replays in the